In this video, we're going to have a regulated 22 cal PCP Beeman Raider. We're going to get down into the details of regulated PCPs. Some of you may ask, what is a regulator? This is a regulator. It regulates the air pressure that gets to transfer port. Right here, you can adjust it to the pressure that you need. I'm going to set this at roughly 2,500 psi. So what that will do is it will limit the air pressure going to the pressure gauge. Everything going past this will be regulated to 2,500 psi until the tank runs below 2,500 psi. As long as the pressure is above 2,500 psi, all that's going to go through here is 2,500 psi, thus making your speeds more consistent. So the pressure gauge really isn't of any value other than telling you when it's below 2,500. I purchased a pressure gauge at the muzzle end that will give me the true pressure. So that means I will replace the input valve with this input valve, which sort of has the NOTOS type of probe there. It'll make it a little bit longer. That's why I waited to do the painting. So there you have a regulator and what it does. I have it sort of put together as far as it works. I had numerous difficulties doing this. The how-to film was with a different Beeman and the parts aren't the same. I wouldn't recommend this for the beginner. I would say I'm intermediate tinker. I struggled with it. It's actually a fairly simple gun. It's just a protocol to get things done. I'm not going to go into that in this video because YouTube doesn't like that stuff. But where we're at now, I have pumped it up on the Crossman gauge here. I pumped it to 3,500 psi. Now the good sign here is on the bottom of the Beeman, it is at 2,500 psi. That I set it at 170 bars on the regulator, which is actually here. So the air that is getting to this gauge already regulated. So now I need to do some test firing downstairs. Also, the first time I tried this, I put the pressure gauge for this part of the tank. The thing didn't work and I blamed it on this. But when I took that out and put the original intake valve back on, it still didn't work. And I had to totally reassemble it and do it over again and got it to work. So I did not eliminate this as not working. It's just that this worked. Right now, not going to fix it. I probably will when the tank goes down enough. First, let's take a quick glance at the unregulated figures. With the Crossman hollow point, it was 977. The standard deviation was 14.1. Go with the total results of the first run through with the regulator set at 2,500. You had roughly 12 shots, so I circled them there. And that was an average speed of 897. It started going down quite a bit and I emptied it out so I could remove the valve. When I showed it to you, before I put it in, there was a notch right here. You can adjust it to the pressure that you need. I had whittled this to the shape of a screwdriver. It's a wood dowel. It doesn't take a lot of resistance to turn it, so I just moved it down there while shining the light, got it in a notch, and then it's just a matter of adjusting a couple clicks. That's important because all I have to do to make adjustments on PSI now is to empty the tank and take the valve off, and now I can adjust the regulator. That's one of the main reasons why I want to get this in the first place. And now I changed to the new intake valve, which includes an air gauge. I pumped it all the way. The Benjamin pump can no longer pump down further. It's at 3,500 pounds. Let's take a look at the various gauges. First, let's take a look at the Benjamin pump. 3,200 psi, and that's as much as I can pump it. Let's let the air out here. Now let me show you this gauge here. This is the new gauge. It's got that nozzle like the Nodos does. I'm using the Nodos probe here. It slides over just like the Nodos to cover up the hole. So let's take a look at this gauge. Almost to the red, and it measures in bars, so I'm going to have to figure that out later exactly what that is, but apparently that is roughly 3,200 psi. Now let's look at the gauge on here. 2,200 psi. So we have quite a bit of extra air in there. Now we're going to go out and run it through the chronograph. Well, I'm just about done with the Chrony as far as this video. All I've done is run the Crossman hollow point so I can compare it with before the regulator. I'm looking at the 2,200 psi. This thing seems to run pretty well on that. After you take a couple shots to warm the barrel up, it levels out and stays leveled out for approximately 20 shots. We'll finish out here, and then I'll get the stats and show you. You see I'm dropping speed there. It's starting to drop considerably, so once it gets to, and here I'll show you, kind of see, I'm hoping that it's on the yellow now. The regulator is now, so it's out of the green. It means it shoots about 20 from 3,500 psi to 2,200 psi. I'll have to run this through the scientific calculator for the standard deviation. I will do that and be back shortly. And here's the numbers I got. The total numbers, I didn't run it all the way empty because these numbers were good enough that I decided that this is where I wanted it set. Here's at 2,200. All of these shots are pretty good. Since in my book I only used 10 shots, I picked the last 10 of that grouping, and I'll put them here and then I'll give you the figures. Here are the stats for your Beeman Raider regulated with just the Crossman hollow point. It's the only one I ran through it for this video. The average speed was 836 feet per second with a kinetic energy of 22 foot-pounds and a decent standard deviation of 3.5. That's quite a bit of an improvement of unregulated, a standard deviation of 14.5, and even at 2,500 psi it was 8.6. Also, the trigger pull on this is 2.5 pounds. You can adjust the trigger, but that's a nice trigger pull. Next up, we're going to fire this at a target at 25 yards. I'm going to use the same scope that I used in the out of the box video, the Weaver 9x40. I've got 2 magazines, 10 apiece. I got a full tank of air. It should be enough to, I'm shooting at a fun target that I got at Walmart for dirt cheap on clearance. Okay, first 10 shots, 2 targets, 2 balloons. We're going to start with the red first. And then when I get done with these 10 shots, we'll come back with the suppressor on and finish up. See here, I'm changing out. Here is the noise reduction thing that Noise Beeman gives with it. And here is the buckhorn, goes right on. Okay, here's the last set. Going with the orange balloon first. That's it. Well, let's take a look. A little closer up. Check this out. Other side, totally perforated it. And it's fairly thick. So it's still got quite a bit of energy there at the end. A quick analysis. I think I lost concentration on this one. I got a little cocky. I looked at through the binoculars and saw that pattern. And then I didn't look through the binoculars on this and just kept shooting. And these are with the buck rate. The first set of shots, that's an easy diving pattern. For that reason, the Crossman Hollow Point gets the coveted dime award in the stat book. I mentioned a dime, but that I don't think those are flyers. Easy dime might be a flyer, I'm not sure. If it is, it's not that bad of a flyer. And by the time we got to the end, the last 5 pellets, it started that one and that one might be flyers, but I got a lot of testing to do. I've got a lot of blank space here. That means running lots of pellets through and see probably what is the best several pellets for this, and I may even mess around with the PSI. I don't know at this point. We'll see what we get at 2200 at various pellets, a little higher grade pellets. So the pursuit of accuracy continues. I hope you got good information out of this video. Please give it a like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and leave comments below. I really would appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next video.